Can't complain about that. We're going to have a look at the target. A 1/2 inch scope at 50 metres. It is a very nice little scope, very solid, very well built scope for the price of it. 3, 2, go. Hey guys, and welcome again to Into the Night. This afternoon I'm just going to do another product review. This is a Discovery Optics. This is a HD 2:12 by 24. So you could say, I suppose you could say it was an LPVO. But anyway, we'll get it on the table, unbox it, and I'll show you what's inside the box. So we've got some instruction manual, and it is all in English too. That's good. There's a little lens cleaning cloth, and there's a little card with all the information about it. So if you can pause the video, you can check out all the different specs about it. We've got a little shade you can screw on the front. There's a little tool for undoing your turret things to re-zero your turrets, and there's the scope itself. So now I'll just give you a quick run by of the scope. It has got a zoom, so the variable zoom, so from 2 power up to 12. It has got an option, you can put a throw lever in there if you want. Now the turrets are lockable, so you just pull them out and you can turn it so they can hear that, like, they're really nice clicks. Got a vehicle going past on the road, so if you just unlock them, so it has got MRAD or mil adjustments on it. So you got your, as well as his, you got your side, your parallax adjustment for you get your focus. Speaking of focus, my phone's not focusing. So you get right from 5 metres right through to infinity. I'll leave it on about 100 or 50 metres. That's what I'll probably setting a target up at, so you can see the clarity of it. Now it has got your illuminated reticle, but it doesn't come with a battery, so I've put this battery in here. I'll just tell you the size of it. It's a CR2032 battery, a 3-volt lithium battery. Little spring-loaded contacts in the cap to hold the battery down, and then on the end of here you got a 24mm objective lens. The body is a 30mm tube, so it did come with these flip up scope caps as well, which is quite nice. Got your rear lens there, but I'll show you through the scope in a minute. I'll try and set the camera up to give you a look of what the scope itself looks like and a look of the reticle. So anyway, the scope itself, it feels really good quality. I'll just tell you the weight is 470 grams, so it's not a very heavy little scope, but it feels very good quality. So anyway, I'll set the camera up and show you what it looks like through the optic itself. Okay, so that's the target down there at 50 metres, and that's the optic on 2 power. It's right around to 12. You can see it doesn't light up. Like, you lose a fair bit of light zooming right in because it's only got a 24mm objective. But mind you, this is looking through the camera, and it never looks as good through the camera as what it does through the actual scope, like looking through the scope with your eye. So, but this is sort of as best as I can do to show you the image quality of it. Also, when you're looking through, you don't get as much border between here and the edge as what you do in the camera. It looks a lot less. So I'll just show you the illuminated reticle. Now if you turn that on, I don't know whether I'll put that over there so you can see it. It is visible in the daylight just at the brightest setting, but in the lower setting it is very dim, and you should get a fair bit of runtime out of the battery on that. So turn it off. So it has got off points between every on point, so it'll be you don't have to switch it all the way around just to be able to get your illumination setting where you want it. So just trying to show you the image quality of it as best I can at the different magnification levels. I'll zoom out. That's back onto 9 power and back to 4 and then back to 2. So at 2 times, I'll just refocus it in the camera. So at 2 times, the crosshair is very fine. It's almost, probably I'd say it's almost too fine for what it is, but if you've got the illumination turned on, it is sort of just visible during the day, if you're not in too bright a sun. But if you've got a bit of a contrasty target, I'd say it's easy enough to see. But when you zoom in, the crosshair sort of thickens up a fair bit to be able to see your hash marks and everything in the reticle a lot easier. But yeah, so I'm quite impressed by the image quality of the scope. You do get a little bit of image distortion just around the very edges, but overall it is a pretty clear picture. The camera doesn't do it justice, so I'm actually very impressed with the image quality through the glass and the scope. Okay, so with this scope, there's other little shade ring, just little screws in there to make the lens deeper, so when you're looking sort of into the sun, it shades it a lot, so you don't get the lens glare off your lens from the sun. But so you don't have to have that on there, but it's just an option. The other thing is this other little tool. You can use that for undoing your turret. So if you use you unlock it and you want to set your elevation, and that ends up being your 0. So on the 3, you can unscrew this ring at the top, and then you can take that off and turn that back around and make that your 0. So the next time when if you want to make an adjustment, you might range your target and want to actually make an adjustment, you can turn it up, turn the knob to wherever you want and lock it back. But then you can just come back and lock it back at 0, and it should be back exactly where you had it before. So that's just a nice feature to have on there. There's a lot of scopes, especially the older ones, there's a lot of the newer ones are coming out with that now. So they've got quite good little marks, so they do line up quite accurately with where the click makes them stop. It's a handy little tool, that one. So the same with on the windage turret as well. So yeah, overall, just looking through the glass, I'm actually very impressed with the image quality through it and the clarity. It's so much better through looking through your eye than what the camera picks up. So I'll put it on a rifle later on and sight it in and see how it groups. Okay, I do need to mention they did send me out these single piece rings as well, these 30mm rings. So I'll just get them out and I'll show you them too. So there you go, you got a full aluminium construction in the body, and the screws are actually very good quality screws, and they've got a good thread on them. It's not a real fine thread that's going to strip out easily, and I like that they actually print your torque specifications on the side as well. This one has got a 20 MOA slope up for doing longer range stuff, but that's all they had in stock at the time, so that's what they sent out. Normally I'd just get a 0, but anyway, we'll get it on the rifle, mount it up and show you how it performs. Okay, so I'm just going to do a grape test. I've got the Eagle Eye hunting gear target set up down there, and I've got the scope on number 223, and I'm just going to, at 50 metres, I'm just going to do a grape shot test. Aiming centre of the bullseye. Can't complain about that. We're going to have a look at the target. Righto, so there's a group. Pretty happy with that. Coming in at about 12.5 mil. It's about half an inch grape at 50 metres. And I had sort of half run back to the target anyway, so my breathing wasn't as good as it should have been, but I can't really complain about that. All the holes are touching and 50 metres, so I might just move it down maybe one click and should be pretty well spot on. So I might move the target out to 100 and try the same out there. I'm going to put some of these repair patches on this target just to sort of fix it up again. Just take maybe 3 patches. So that way now I've got a good target again, so I can see I don't mess up my holes from the 50 metre shots, and I can just reuse the same target. Anyway, we've got it at 100 metres now. We might put about 5 shots through at that distance. Okay, so not sure what exactly happened there. We got 3 shots sort of into about 3/4 of an inch there, just under an inch, and then had 2 shots back up here. Because the wind is swirling a bit gusty. Could have been me too, but anyway, it's not too bad. It's in, the whole lot is only about probably 1.25 inches spread all up, so it's not too bad for a bit of fairly quick shooting. It's a bit uncomfortable shooting too, because looking straight into the sun, I suppose I might have been rushing my shots a bit too because it's uncomfortable, but anyway, it's real life conditions. You don't always get to choose which direction your target or an animal you're shooting at is, So anyway, I'm not unhappy with that. I reckon I could improve on that a bit, and I wouldn't blame it entirely on the scope or the ring. So I think all in all, that's not a bad group. Okay, I'm just going to wrap up my final thoughts on this Discovery Optics HD 2-12 by 24 SFIR scope. Now, it is a very, very nice little scope. For the price of it, you can't go too far wrong. If you just want a good little, like an LPVA, to be able to take those quick shots, even do longer range shots, it is a really nice scope, and it's very well built and quite a solid little scope. And I like how the turrets are lockable, and it has got the illuminated reticle in there as well, and also your side parallax adjustment. So it is a very compact little scope, and I reckon I can recommend this little scope. The only negative that I can think of is your eye relief isn't anywhere near as good as, say, something of like a Leopold or something like that. But for the price of it, it's zoomed right out. It has really good eye relief, but when you zoom right into 12 times, you do have to be. It is pretty finicky where you have to get your eyes like so you have from there to there, and you sort of can't really move it much or you lose your picture. But that's my only niggle about it. But I suppose it's only when it's on 12 times magnification, which most of the time I wouldn't be using. I'd either leave it on 2 to 6 or somewhere around there, maybe the 4 times. That'd be probably my preferred power. It just gives you a little bit of magnification, and being a first focal plane reticle as well, it zooms it in so you can see that reticle a little bit better. So I'd be leaving it on about 4 to 6 most of the time, 6 being probably only if you really need to take those longer shots. So overall, I think it's a great little scope. I'm going to be leaving it on this rifle for a while, and I'll let you all know down the track how it performs after I've done a fair bit of shooting with it, after it's had a fair few rounds fired with it. So if you do want to purchase one of these, I'll leave the links in the description below to the Amazon site where you can buy them, and I have got a discount code which I'll put up here, is ITN25OFF, so which will give you $25 off the price at the time, even if it is on sale. So go and use my code and save yourself a bit of money. It is a reasonably priced scope. I think they're quoting the normal price around about $350, somewhere around there. They're currently about $251 on sale, I think. So if you use my code up here, you'll get $25 off. That's providing your order is over $100. So if you're buying the scope, obviously it is. Now the rings don't come with the scope, and neither does the little battery. So you'll have to purchase a little battery and some rings if you don't already have 30mm rings. I got the cantilever rings that they sent out, and I'm very happy with them too. They seem pretty solid, and they probably are a little bit too high for this rifle. I find myself I'm not pulling it in a little bit, and at 100 meters, as you saw in my shot, they was shooting a bit high, so I might just have to bring that down a little bit at 50 meters just so it's shooting a bit better at 100. But all that aside, I think it's a really great scope. So in regards to the warranty, if you're the first buyer of the scope, you buy the scope brand new, you do get a limited lifetime warranty. So as long as you have that scope, it is warranted against all defects in the scope, except for the electronics. They've only got a 1-year warranty. So optically, it's got a very good warranty for what it is. So if you want to purchase one, go to the link below and go and check them out on the website too. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll leave the video at that. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you do like what I do, any support over on Patreon, if you want to support me financially, that'd be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video.